Introduction. Part 2. Glorification of Srila Prabhupada's disappearance pastimes. So often we hear that the poison issue defames Srila Prabhupada and is a disservice to him. But the discussion of the facts in Srila Prabhupada's mysterious departure is actually a glorification of Srila Prabhupada and a defamation of those who poisoned him. Srila Prabhupada knew he was being poisoned and yet offered no protest, as understood from the recorded conversations themselves. This unselfish position, accepting, without objection, the betrayal and the violence inflicted upon him, is wonderful display of his divine grace's transcendental glories. This is comparable to the acceptance of crucifixion by Jesus Christ, the flogging of Haridas Thakur, or the poisoning of Prahlad by his demonic father, just as one would study any other of Srila Prabhupada's pivotal pastimes, such as his preaching based on book distribution, his Gurukula, his treatment of women, or his meeting with important guests. So, we should study his departure pastime. The pastimes of the pure devotee are all transcendental, and Srila Prabhupada's disappearance pastimes are also glorious, although they may bring forth different emotions. The unbiased reader will see how Srila Prabhupada showed the highest example of tolerance, dedication, and devotion, even in the most trying and difficult circumstances imaginable, and in his refusal to name his poisoners. Srila Prabhupada's only ambition was to satisfy Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by delivering the complete science of pure Krishna consciousness for the benefit of all the people of Kali Yuga for the next 10,000 years, and he accepted his poisoning passively as divine arrangement. We can theologically study how a pure saint suffers for all humanity, and for devotees in particular, by teaching the chanting of the holy names, delivering them from sinful reactions that impede spiritual advancement. Although, during Srila Prabhupada's manifest presence, many devotees understood Srila Prabhupada's highly exalted stature and his indispensable essentiality for success in their spiritual lives. Today, 4+ decades later, that transcendental awareness and Prabhupada consciousness has been largely obscured. Srila Prabhupada's transcendental glories have been deliberately clouded by imitators, exploiting Srila Prabhupada's mission for their own subtle and gross sense gratification. They have offended Srila Prabhupada and continue to dim his divine grace's glories. Many volumes will be written about this subject in the future. ISKCON, presumably the destined main branch of the manifest tree of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, must remain fixed on the principle of keeping Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Acharya for the Golden Age, always available for all, and worshipped exclusively as the Shakti Avesha avatar of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, the original Jagat Guru. As the Christians are not embarrassed by Christ's gruesome crucifixion, we should not be embarrassed by Srila Prabhupada's departure pastime of tolerating a slow, terrible poisoning. This glorifies him as a compassionate, pure devotee, coming to this hellish place, being tortured and put to death for being merciful to us. Srila Prabhupada told us that Christianity spread all over the world due to the drama of the Christ's crucifixion. May Srila Prabhupada be worshipped more widely than Lord Jesus Christ. There is a strong case to be made, actually, that Srila Prabhupada is something like the second coming of the Messiah. Nevertheless, his poisoning must be avenged, and his spiritual mission rectified. Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day, He Lives Forever, by Padmapani Das, November 14, 1977. The day our world stopped. The phone call came. Prabhupada had left his body. Words can't describe the devastation we all felt. Hearts broke. Tears flowed everywhere. The universe was in sorrow. The pure devotee of Krishna had left the planet. We had lost our master, our protector, our ever well-wisher. Suddenly, the world became dark and cold, and all hope fled from our lives. How could we go on without Prabhupada? It was inconceivable. No longer could we jump in a van, or board an airplane, to go see His Divine Grace in person. No longer came the reports of Prabhupada's latest preaching success, or his most recent instructions to the devotees. No longer did the anticipation of greeting Prabhupada at the airport, watching him bow down before the deities, shiver in our hearts. No longer did we have the same youthful confidence that our movement could save the world. Over the years, we have all tried to come to terms with our great loss. In addition, we have each struggled to grasp the enormity and significance of Srila Prabhupada's appearance in our lives. In the process, we have had to grow and expand our vision of the spiritual master and his causeless mercy. While he was physically present, Srila Prabhupada repeatedly warned us that he might leave at a moment's notice, but he also assured us that we need not worry, as long as we remain sincere and true to him. I will remain your personal guidance, physically present, or not physically present, as I am getting guidance from my Guru Maharaj. SPC July 7, 1977. In this simple sentence, we find the answer to our great dilemma. Where is Srila Prabhupada now? He is in our hearts. If we invite him there, as we each move closer towards all-devouring death, Mrityur Sarva Haras Chayam, we are learning that Prabhupada has never left us at all. In the spiritual world, separation is more relishable than meeting. In other words, in spiritual life, there is no separation. Separation is eternal, and meeting is also eternal. The separation is simply another feature of meeting. SPL April 3, 1969. Srila Prabhupada is as present now as he has ever been. Throughout his books, letters, and conversations, Prabhupada emphasized this point again and again, so there should be no cause for misunderstanding. Asked by a reporter in Berkeley in July 1975, what would happen to the movement after his departure, Srila Prabhupada replied, "I will never die, I shall leave from my books, and you will utilize." Srila Prabhupada explains, there is no difference between the spiritual master's instructions and the spiritual master himself. CCRD 1.35 purport. Further assuring us all, Prabhupada spoke the following words prior to his departure in 1977. If I depart, there is no cause for lamentation. I will always be with you. Through my books and my orders, I will always remain with you. In that way, fortunately, we don't have to go far to hear this same message repeated. For our benefit, a Vaishnava is an ocean of mercy, and no matter how much one may drink from that ocean, the mercy is always available. There is no shortage or deficiency on the spiritual platform, and therefore, we can all rejoice in our shared good fortune. Srila Prabhupada is forever offering his spiritual blessings to all. As far as my blessing is concerned, it does not require my physical presence. If you are chanting Hare Krishna there, and following my instructions, reading the books, taking only Krishna Prasadam, etc., then there is no question of your not receiving the blessings of Lord Chaitanya, whose mission I am humbly trying to push on. SPL June 30, 1974. Everywhere we look in Krishna consciousness, we can see the mercy of Prabhupada. He personally delivered to us the Hare Krishna mantra, the Bhagavad Gita as it is, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna book, Nectar of Devotion, the deity form of the Lord, holy dhams, numerous temples around the world, Vaishnava Association, Krishna Prasadam, 6,500 letters. The list goes on and on. In fact, we can't escape the network of his causeless mercy upon the fallen souls of Kali Yuga. Srila Prabhupada has personally flooded the entire world with Krishna consciousness. Although it may appear that such a great personality has come and gone from the world stage, Srila Prabhupada has consistently promised us that we can still have his personal association if we remain faithful to his words and instructions. But always remember that I am always with you. As you are always thinking of me, I am always thinking of you also. Although physically, we are not together, we are not separated spiritually. So, we should be concerned only with this spiritual connection. SPL November 13, 1969. As we hear more and more from Srila Prabhupada himself, and as we accept him into our hearts, we will experience his transcendental presence and love. Prabhupada used to say that when we eat to our full satisfaction, we don't need a certificate from anyone else saying that we are full. We will know it ourselves. Similarly, when we have made the Prabhupada connection in our own lives, there is no room for doubts or uncertainty. He lives forever by his divine instructions, and the follower lives with him. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.